Hey fellow space explorers, it's Marco here, and if you're tired of these same old space games, don't worry, I've got you covered. Today I'm diving into 20 incredible hidden gems that you, the viewers, helped me uncover. We're talking everything from intense spaceship heists to laid-back space trucking, colony sims, and even a game that you can dismantle spaceships in zero gravity. So buckle up and let's explore the galaxy of hidden space games right now. So in no particular order, starting with number 20, we have Heat Signature. Heat Signature is a top-down action game, so a bit like Hotline Miami but in space, where you break into spaceships, make catastrophic mistakes, and use clever gadgets to escape or improvise your way to success. The developer Tom Francis also made the game Gunpoint as well as the recently released one Tactical Breach Wizard, so yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. You play as this mercenary and you're basically trying to hijack these ships, and the best part about it is that you can pause time to plan your moves accordingly. And because it's in space, once you're done with everything, you can just leave the breach and just fly onto something else, as yeah, there's many different ways of approaching each mission. It's really diverse and I love it. I also really enjoy the star system, choosing where to go next. It gives me heavy FTL faster than light vibes, which is really great for replayability. Fans of stealth games, tactical action, and creative problem solving will love it. So if you enjoy intense spaceship heists, inventive gadgets, and pausing to plan out your next move, maybe give Heat Signature a try today. Next up, again this one was highly recommended by you guys, it's Genesis Alpha 1. Genesis Alpha 1 is a roguelike FPS that combines base building, exploration, and survival in a hostile galaxy. As the captain of a starship, your mission is to secure humanity's future by exploring uncharted space, building a self-sustaining vessel, and fighting off alien threats. You'll also have to manage resources, clone crew members, and defend your ship from infestations that can spread rapidly. And just look at these graphics, it's so good, and the action here is so intense. Plus that FPS combined with the shipbuilding elements, it's very rare to see. Also, the roguelike element means that every playthrough is different, and your progress unlocks new corporations and upgrades for future runs. It doesn't have the best rating on Steam though, but if you love the challenge of survival games and base building combined with FPS combat, maybe check out Genesis Alpha 1 today, it's highly recommended. Next up at number 18 is Void Destroyer 2. Void Destroyer 2 is this open world space sandbox that combines dogfights, fleet management, and strategy. You'll start with a single ship and you'll work your way up by taking on missions as a pirate, mercenary, trader, or entrepreneur, building a fleet to command in epic space battles. The game's unique feature though is its blend of RTS mechanics with space combat, allowing you to switch between piloting your ship and commanding a fleet. With a focus on freedom, you can also choose your own path, build an empire by capturing bases and expanding your territory, or become a feared pirate. Fans of Freelancer or Homeworld might also appreciate the mix of space exploration and fleet tactics. I also really enjoy these graphics. With the cel-shaded style, it's a bit like Borderlands in space, and it kind of works here. So if you enjoy open world space adventures, real-time strategy, and intense ship battles, maybe give Void Destroyer 2 a look today. Coming up next at number 17 is Star Trucker. This is still relatively new, and I actually did a review on this and really enjoyed it. Star Trucker puts an interstellar twist on the truck simulator genre, casting you as a spacefaring hauler navigating the highways of the galaxy. In the game, you'll take on cargo deliveries and interact with quirky truckers across the stars, all while managing your rig's systems. I also really enjoyed the American laid-back Route 66 vibe this game gave you with the beer in the back and the country radio stations. It kind of works in this intergalactic setting. But also don't let that fool you, as you can die very easily. I was often on the top of my rig trying to repair different, breaches in the hull, and it got so intense, my heart was pounding, and it's a lot more challenging than it seems. You'll need to maintain your ship, keep an eye on fuel and repairs, and upgrade your truck to handle more dangerous and lucrative routes. Plus, the open-ended structure allows for a laid-back space trucking experience with plenty of side quests and character interactions. So if you enjoy chill vibes of truck simulators but you want a more galactic twist, then definitely check out Star Trucker, plus it's on Xbox Game Pass, so that was really cool. Next up at number 16 is Time Wasters. So Time Wasters is a bullet hell roguelite that's set in space, where you need to destroy waves of enemies, collect resources, and use time and space cubes to manipulate the battlefield. And yeah, it definitely gives you Vampire Survivor vibes. It's got the auto-firing mechanics, it's got the waves of enemies, it's also got these elites that you need to defeat, as well as these upgrades that you're going to be unlocking. But it's also a little bit different than Vampire Survivors, I feel. The standout feature though is that ability to alter time and space, allowing you to re-roll upgrades or compress time to maximize your progress. It's got quite a few captains, each with their own unique abilities, and it's also got this meta progression, which means that every run will help you grow stronger. Fans of Vampire Survivors or space shooters with roguelike elements will love Time Wasters' mix of action and strategic upgrades. So if that sounds like your jam, I highly recommend checking out Time Wasters today. Coming in at number 15, another highly recommended one by the comments section, we have Starbase. Starbase is this massively multiplayer online space sandbox game focusing on shipbuilding, exploration, and combat in this fully destructible voxel-based universe. You can design and construct your own spaceships down to the smallest components, engage in physics-driven battles, mine asteroids, and even trade with other players. To me, what makes it so fun though is that deep customization and the creativity it allows, from engineering complex spacecraft to collaborating with friends on massive space stations. Fans of creative building games, space exploration, and large-scale multiplayer experiences, I think will enjoy Starbase. And some good news is that even though it doesn't have the best reviews on Steam, the developer on April 2024 released some updates that they're bringing to the game, so even though people thought it was dead, it looks like they are still continuing with this great project. So yeah, if you enjoy ship design, teamwork, and destructible environments, maybe give Starbase a look today. And if you've made it this far in the video and you are still enjoying it, perhaps consider leaving a like. It really helps the algorithm, and maybe even subscribe to help find more videos just like this. Then coming in at number 14, we have Heavenly Bodies. Again, such a hidden gem here. Heavenly Bodies is a physics-based puzzle game where you control a cosmonaut's limbs to navigate a weightless space station. Your mission is to perform complex tasks like assembling telescopes and maintaining solar arrays, all while grappling with the challenge of zero gravity. What makes the game so much fun though is its quirky controls, plus those demanding physics and that stylish 70s space aesthetics there. It's perfect for players who enjoy puzzle games with a unique twist, and anyone looking for a space game that prioritizes brain power over firepower. It's just one of those games that can also get really frustrating, but also hilarious at the same time. Definitely gives me vibes like Octodad or maybe even Quap if you still remember that. So if you enjoy tricky physics challenges, hilarious space mishaps, and some teamwork, then definitely give Heavenly Bodies a try today. Coming in at number 13, another recommendation is Flight of Nova. Flight of Nova is this realistic space simulator that focuses on Newtonian physics, so fans of flight simulators and especially Kerbal Space Program will feel right at home here. As you can see, the controls here are not easy, but it does a great job at making you feel like you're flying a real spacecraft, except now that you're just not getting shot at. And yes, there is a demo available, plus it's also got hot ass support, so I know a lot of my viewers might really enjoy that. And yeah, it's definitely more of a simulator than an actual game. I mean, the objectives include just delivering X to Y, but if that's your kind of vibe, I highly recommend checking out Flight of Nova today. Next up at number 12, we have Endless Space 2. This game is wildly popular, but many people might not know it. It's a 4X strategy game set in a mysterious galaxy. As the leader of a civilization, you must build an empire by colonizing planets, managing resources, researching technology, and waging space battles. It's got this compelling mix of deep strategy, political intrigue, and epic space opera storytelling, making it a must-play for strategy fans. Whether you're negotiating alliances or designing custom fleets, there's always a new challenge just around the corner. So if you're looking for an extremely well-polished 4X game that's got some unique elements to it, impressive lore, and man, that soundtrack, you definitely want to give Endless Space 2 a look today. Next up at number 11 is Osiris New Dawn. Osiris New Dawn is this hardcore survival game set in a hostile solar system where players must build bases, gather resources, as well as fend off alien threats to survive. It reminds me a lot of No Man's Sky as well as the Planet Crafter, except it's got a bit more emphasis on the survival mechanics. The game mixes base building, exploration, as well as combat with realistic sci-fi survival elements. It's also got these atmospheric worlds full of dangerous creatures and dynamic weather that just creates this tense and immersive experience. And even though its Steam ratings aren't the highest, in April this year they released a new update that came with a whole bunch of new content. So if you enjoy survival games like the Planet Crafter, maybe even Subnautica or The Forest, and you want something to play with a friend because it's also got co-op, then I highly recommend checking out Osiris New Dawn today. And then coming in at number 10 we have Nimbatus, the space drone constructor. Nimbatus is this physics-based drone building game where you'll need to design and test drones to explore procedurally generated planets and complete various challenges. You can build drones from scratch using a wide variety of parts and weapons, then pilot them through destructible environments filled with enemies. The ability to fully automate your drones and engage in competitive arenas also adds layers of creativity and replayability. Fans of games like Kerbal Space Program or Besiege will also enjoy the engineering freedom and sandbox nature of this game. So if you enjoy building custom machines, exploring destructible worlds, then maybe check out Nimbatus today. Next up at number 9 we have Space Haven. Space Haven puts you in the charge of a ragtag crew of civilians searching for a new home in the vastness of space. This spaceship colony sim lets you design your ship tile by tile, managing crew needs and maintaining life support systems. Every detail matters here, from oxygen levels to your crew's mood, as you explore a procedurally generated galaxy filled with pirates, aliens and other factions. The game also offers a deep space simulation experience where your crew can develop relationships, suffer mental breaks, or even get cocooned by aliens. You'll need to manage resources carefully here, engage in tactical ship-to-ship battles, and send out away teams to explore derelict ships. Fans of colony sims and space survival will love Space Haven's blend of shipbuilding, crew management, and exploration. And for me personally, I think this game looks incredible. So if you're ready to lead your crew through the stars, maybe give Space Haven a try today. Next on the list at number 8, we have Tharsis. Again, another recommendation by the comment section. Thank you so much for this. This is a dice-based, turn-based strategy game set in a spaceship headed to Mars. After a micro-meteoroid storm leaves your ship damaged and your crew members dead, survival becomes your top priority. You'll have to manage dwindling resources, make impossible decisions, and deal with the psychological toll of the mission. The dice rolls help determine success, making every action a calculated risk. Like, will you re-roll and risk everything just for a better outcome? The stakes are high and the atmosphere is just so tense here. Tharsis is perfect for players who love strategic decision making, a dark narrative, as well as a constant sense of dread. So if you're up for a challenge where you can defy the odds or die trying, maybe give Tharsis a look today. Coming in at number 7 we have Interstellar Rift. Interstellar Rift is this open world starship simulator with a focus on ship construction and multiplayer interaction. You're going to be building your starship from scratch here, deck by deck, and explore a vast galaxy full of danger and opportunities. Whether you're mining asteroids, trading resources, or battling pirates and alien threats like the Skrill, the game offers endless freedom. However, unfortunately, at the time of making this video, the development of the game has been abandoned. So it could be fun with friends or solo, but I'm not sure I'd highly recommend it to everyone, especially if you want a PvP experience, because yeah, the server's not so good. But if it ever does get resurrected again and you enjoy the feeling of a game like Elite Dangerous or Empyrean Galactic Survival, then I'd highly recommend checking out Interstellar Rift. Next up at number 6 is QANGA. Interesting name, but QANGA is an ambitious sci-fi sandbox that puts you in the shoes of a human synchronized with a cyborg, exploring a fully explorable solar system. From Earth's climate-ravaged surface to Mars, Jupiter's moons, and beyond, This open world game offers seamless exploration between planets and moons without any loading screens. You can trade, scavenge, build bases on planets or asteroids, and then engage in combat against hostile factions like the Sang Lines. Plus, it also features multiplayer, allowing players to team up, create custom servers, and shape their own adventures. Yes, the FPS mechanics aren't quite up to scratch, and overall it needs some UI fixes and more customization options. But it does give me heavy Star Citizen vibes, as the exploration and the freedom you get are really impressive, and I'm really hoping the devs get it out of early access soon. So if you enjoy survival, space combat, and building your own outposts across the stars, then I'd really suggest checking out QANGA today, plus it's got a really great demo. Coming up next at number 5, we have Terra Invicta. Another one that comes highly recommended. Terra Invicta is a strategy game where you lead one of 7 factions amid an alien invasion threatening Earth. As you navigate through a fractured humanity, you'll forge alliances, manipulate global politics, and develop advanced technologies to face both the aliens and rival factions. The game shines with its complex geopolitical systems, diverse faction ideologies, and the challenge of managing public opinion as you strive to control regions of influence. Fans of grand strategy and sci-fi will love the mix of tactical combat and resource management that keeps you engaged. So if you enjoy intense faction rivalries, strategic decision making, or exploring a dynamic solar system, then definitely give Terra Invicta a look today. Coming in at number 4, we've got Hardspace Shipbreaker. Now this one might not be a hidden gem per se, but I haven't included it in my other videos, so I'm including it here. Which again, if you haven't seen, I highly recommend doing so. But anyway, this is a physics-based simulation game where you become a salvager, expertly dismantling derelict spaceships in zero-gravity environments. Using an array of cutting-edge tools, you're going to be carving, slicing, and recycling valuable materials, all while avoiding deadly hazards like explosive, decompression, and radiation. Features that I really enjoy here is those intricate puzzle mechanics, as well as the challenge of managing your resources, all going towards paying off a massive debt to Lynx Corp, the guys that basically own you. And yes, it is a bit like a manual labor type game, but if you are a fan of those, especially like Power Wash Simulator or the one like Star Trucker I mentioned earlier, then you're going to love this. It's got a really chilled vibe. You can listen to your podcasts if you wanted. So if that kind of sounds down your alley, then I highly recommend checking out Hardspace Shipbreaker today. Next, coming in at number 3, I could not forget it on this list, we have Freespace 2. Freespace 2 is this beloved space combat simulator that immerses players in a gripping conflict. You'll be piloting a wide variety of ships, engaging in thrilling dogfights, as well as various strategic missions across the various star systems. The game excels with its compelling narrative, engaging voice acting, and these varied mission types that keep you on your toes. It strikes a perfect balance between the feeling of being an extraordinary pilot and a single individual facing overwhelming odds. Fans of space operas and tactical combat will find plenty to love here. And even though the game is really old, there's a great modding community that I really recommend checking out, like Freespace 2 Open and others out there that you can really get involved and upscale the graphics and more. So if you want to go back to the good old days and experience one of the greatest space fighter simulators ever, then I highly recommend checking out Freespace 2 today. Coming in at number 2 is Nexus: The Jupiter Incident. This is a tactical space combat game set in the 22nd century where mega corporations dominate space colonization. And yes, it is a bit old at the moment, but damn, if you're looking for a great RTS in space, look no further. You'll be controlling customizable battleships in a mission-based campaign, navigating a web of espionage, combat, and exploration as you uncover the mysteries of the solar system. And even though it's a little old, it's still got some really good visuals here, diverse mission types, and a deep tactical combat system that really rewards careful planning and execution. As you engage with 6 different alien species, you're going to be encountering unique challenges that really test your strategic skills. Fans of real-time strategy and sci-fi narratives will really appreciate the engaging gameplay and rich world building here. So if you enjoy strategic ship management, compelling missions, or maybe just beautiful space environments, then definitely give Nexus: The Jupiter Incident a look today. It's highly recommended. And then last but not least, coming in at number 1 is Ostranauts. Again, one that was highly recommended and I couldn't leave it off this list. Ostranauts is this hardcore noir space sim where you're going to be managing your dysfunctional crew and ship, all while navigating life in a harsh solar system cut off from Earth. You'll scavenge for parts, upgrade your ship, and make tough decisions that directly affect survival and your relationships. The game really stands out with its deep character interactions, ship customization, and these realistic Newtonian flight mechanics. Every choice impacts the outcome, making it an engaging experience for those who thrive on decision making. Players will really appreciate the lore-rich universe and the challenges of balancing resources. So if you enjoy character-driven narratives, shipbuilding, or the thrill of exploring a dangerous and unpredictable cosmos, then definitely give Ostranauts a look today. And so that wraps up the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, or maybe comment on the games that you really enjoy, or maybe one that I've left out that I can always include in a later video. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, and as always, don't stop gaming.